It was a difficult time for us, but it wasn't all bad. There were moments when my grandmother would manage to break through the pain, medications, and dementia, and once again be the kindly woman I'd known all my life. When that happened, it was wonderful as she would tell me stories about my family's history and her life. What it was like to grow up during the Great Depression, hearing the news about the sneak attack on Pearl Harbor, as she always called it. The amazement of the Apollo 11 landing, the terror of the Cuban Missile Crisis.
She must have seen a lot of history in her life.
It wasn't just the big historical events, she also told me about personal moments in her life. How when she was very young, her twin brother died of pneumonia after their house burned down and they had to walk miles through the snow to their neighbor's farm. Falling in love with my grandfather, her life with him. Raising my mother and the trouble Mom apparently got into before I was born. Little glimpses of her life that I never knew about. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic.
It's okay, Yuri.
What I am trying to say is that I know a bit about what you will be dealing with, and I know this is something you can't do alone. You need someone to take care of you while you take care of him.
My Aunt Nora said she would help when she can.
Good, I'll help too. I'm certain Amari, Sayori, and Monica will as well.
Please don't, and don't tell the others. I don't want all of you turning this into a big deal.
Natsuki, your father, your papa is dying. That in and of itself is a big deal. And you are going to need all the help you can get. I know how much you like doing things on your own, but I will not let you face this alone. Unfortunately, with Black Friday coming up, I won't be able to get any time off work soon. But after I get off work tonight, I'll drive over with some food for you and help you out.
You know I'm usually asleep by then.
Or asleep then. Yeah. Yes, and I can help you out by keeping an eye on your father while you sleep.
He's still pretty self-sufficient.
For now, but if they are talking weeks, he will start going downhill fast. It is best to get your support system ready now. So tonight, I'll be coming over and bring both of you dinner. Then we will work out a schedule so as much of your family as possible will take shifts for you.
I don't know how many of my family can help. Amari has to work and...
So do I, but I will help as much as I can, and you know Monica and Sayori will as well.
Thank you for looking out for me, Yuri.
You would do the same for me.
Yeah, you're right. And I guess I haven't really thought about what taking care of Papa will be like. With everything that's going on in my life right now, I've just been dealing with what's right in front of me and not really planning for what's ahead. I'm going to have to plan his funeral, getting him buried next to Mama, figuring out what to do about his apartment's lease. Does he even have a will? And I need to say goodbye. Really goodbye, not like when I moved out or after a visit.
She begins to cry.
Because you're right. Soon I'm never going to see my Papa again.
I hear her burst into tears. I would give almost anything to be able to reach through the phone and give her a hug right now. I just quietly listened to her cry over the phone. I remember when my mom died in the car accident. How hard and difficult it was to deal with alone until Sayori insisted on helping me. And I was mercifully quick, unlike Natsuki's father. After a couple of minutes, Natsuki begins to speak again.
Are you still there, Yuri?
Of course.
Did you ever figure out what you wanted to do with your life?
I don't understand.
I was just thinking about some of the conversations we've had over the years about what we were going to do with our lives. What, if any, personal purpose we had for ourselves. I remember you wondering at times what kind of legacy you would leave.
Oh, yeah.
With what's happening with Papa, it made me start thinking about things like that again. What he will be remembered for, and by extension me. So I was wondering, did you ever figure that out?
No, I haven't.
I'm sorry for bringing it up, Yuri. This is just making me a bit self-reflective, I guess.
It's okay. I'm guessing you don't have an answer either.
Not exactly. I realized some time ago it doesn't matter. I enjoy my life and don't want to change. So if I'm remembered at all, it will be as someone who had fun doing what she wanted and never gave a shit about what others thought.
I suppose that works.
Although I admit I'm no questioning that. But in your case, you should try publishing your writing. I know you don't want it to become a job, but it doesn't have to be. Just keep it as sort of a side gig. You write so much anyways.
Natsuki is right about that. As always, my writer's block passed and I've been writing more normally again. True, but I have little desire to share my writing. I write more for myself anyways.
It was just a suggestion. I'd better let you go, Yuri. I know your lunch break is ending soon.
I check the time and see she's right. Okay, I'll stop by your father's apartment tonight with some food and spend some time with him while you sleep.
Thanks.
I know he moved out to your side of town a long time ago, but I've never actually been to this new apartment. Can you text me the address?
Not a problem.
It was a pleasure talking with you, and again, I'm happy you at least don't have cancer.
Me too, and it was nice talking to you again too, Yuri. Thanks in advance for help with Papa.
Of course. As I hang up the phone, I think about our conversation, about what I should do with my life. When I was young, I wanted to be a famous author, but now I want more out of life.
You want what you can't ever have.
Later that day, I am in the back of the bookstore confirming a shipment. I have trouble focusing on what I need to do as my mind keeps wandering to Natsuki. One of my employees comes up to me.
Hey boss, we're gonna go to
This is a pretty common occurrence. Many of our regular customers have found that I am good at suggesting new books. What I'm doing can wait. Thank you for letting me know. I'll go help them. As my employee points her out, I see from her uniform that she appears to be from Salvador High. School just got out, so this isn't that unusual at this hour. However, I don't recognize her as one of our regular customers. I would bet almost anything she was told to ask for the book lady by someone in either literature or book clubs. Hello, I was told you were asking for me.
Oh, hi, are you the book lady? A friend of mine said I should come here and talk to you.
Yep, I was right. My name is Yuri, but many here do call me the book lady. How may I assist you?
So, I need to write a book report for school.
We obviously have many books here. Were you looking for something specific?
No, the truth is I hate reading. Probably not something I should say here, but it's true.
I am tempted to yell out blasphemer loudly. However, even if I felt comfortable making that kind of joke with someone, I don't know, I would never do so at work. That's okay. I can help you find something to read for a book report. So what are the exact requirements of book the teacher gave you?
It has to be a full book, no short stories, and definitely no comics or manga.
Dang, I've had other students that dislike reading do book reports on graphical novels and get a good grade out of it. Okay, I'll need to come up with something else. So what kind of stories do you like?
As I said, I hate reading.
I'm sorry, let me clarify. I didn't mean stories as in specifically books. I meant stories as in any sort of media. Movies, television, video games. These won't work for a book report, of course, but if you tell me what you enjoy, I will be better able to give you a recommendation. At least find you a good genre such as horror, romance, or science fiction.
I really liked that Game of Thrones show.
Despite liking the show, I doubt you would want to read any book from A Song of Ice and Fire, since the first one alone is over 1,000 pages long. Okay, what did you like about that show?
I really liked how deep and real the world seemed.
For a realistic world, it's hard to beat Tolkien, who wrote The Lord of the Rings. Aren't those books exceedingly long too, though? The first book, The Fellowship of the Ring, isn't terribly long by itself. It covers the events of the first movie if you've seen that.
Okay, yeah, those weren't bad movies.
That would be over here in the fantasy section. I guide her directly to the correct shelf and hand her a copy. I see her grimace a little, but she does open it up.
Gathoniel, oh, Elbereth, clear are thy eyes and bright thy breath.
She looks at me incredulously. Tolkien includes poetry and songs in his books. It's why Middle-earth is so deep and real, like you said, even in the movies.
Yeah, I don't think that's for me.
Not a problem. I take the book back and put it on the shelf. What else do you like about the Game of Thrones show?
I like all the intrigue it has.
Okay, how much of that is due to it being based on the real-life Wars of the Roses that occurred in mid-15th century England? The Sun and Splendor is also based on the Wars of the Roses. I think for a bit. No, I don't think you'd like that. The Goblin Emperor? No, not that. It's a great book, but probably too difficult of a read for her. The Cruel Prince, of course. Yes, in hindsight, that is an obvious choice. It's a young adult novel in a fantasy world with political intrigue. I search the shelves. Dang, it's not there. I check my tablet to see if we have any in the shipment that just came in. Nope, it's on order, but won't be delivered until next week. Sorry, it looks like we're out. I curse silently to myself. That probably would have been perfect. What else might you like? I skim the shelves in the fantasy section looking for something similar. Ah, here we go. The Emperor's Soul. I take the book off the shelf and hand it to her.
Wow, that's a pretty small book.
It's under 200 pages, as I remember. What's called a novella, but it is definitely not a short story or graphic novel, so it should count. I think you'll really like it, despite how short it is. It's one of my favorites. It is about a thief who is caught trying to steal the scepter and is forced to use her magic to try and heal the Emperor in order to regain her freedom. But what I think you will enjoy most is how the main character manipulates the Imperial Court to survive the situation. She opens the book and glances through it.
It sounds like it might be interesting. I'm at least not seeing any crazy phrases in it. Even I admit it's short enough I should be able to get through it, even if I don't like it. So I guess I'll take it.
Good, they can ring you up at the front counter. And if you ever need another book suggestion, I hope you'll remember us.
I will, thank you for the help. I see now why they call you the book lady.
You are very welcome. I watch her go to the register and wonder if perhaps this is my legacy, but I will be remembered after I am gone. Remembered as after? To be the book lady, someone who can help anyone find something good to read. It's something, I suppose, but the idea feels hollow.
It is the most your life will ever amount to.
I mentally shrug my shoulders and return to the back of the store to finish verifying the shipment. As I walk in the front door that evening, I am a little sad that Markov isn't there to greet me. Ever since he died last month, the house has been so much quieter. It was just old age. We'd had him for over 13 years, and he wasn't a puppy when we got him. We will probably get another dog at the animal shelter someday, but not yet. I take off my coat and go into the living room. Jean is sitting on the couch, his walker nearby. If he has that nearby, then today is a pretty bad day for him. He's been having more and more of those. At least it's not one of his really bad days, or he's stuck in bed. I'm home.
Good to see you, hon. Did you get any news about Natsuki today?
Yeah, I did. He sees the look on my face.
Oh no, she has breast cancer.
Huh? No. With everything going on with her father, I'd actually forgotten about her doctor's appointment. Oh, sorry. It turned out the lump was benign. She will have surgery to remove it anyway, but the doctor isn't worried.
That's good. I'm guessing there's more, though.
I sigh. Sadly, yes. While Natsuki herself is fine, her father is dying. They say he only has a couple of weeks, and Natsuki's planning to care for him until he passes away.
Poor Natsuki. I've never met her father, but I know how close she is to him.
Quite. While I can't really get time off at work right now, I was planning on helping her as much as I can. Bring her food, help wash her father in the evenings, those kind of things.
Of course, she's going to need it. I feel terrible I didn't make dinner tonight.
It happens.
Yeah, but usually that means waiting for a bit for you to cook. Cooking tonight, then driving over to the far side of town where Natsuki lives. You won't have much time there before you need to come back home.
That's okay. It won't be a social visit anyway. Natsuki will probably be asleep most of the time I'm here. I'll just pick up some roast chicken on my way. It'll be fast, and the leftover meat can be broken up to make something else. Are you going to be okay, though? You're pretty shaky right now.
I'll be okay. Though if you can make me a sandwich real quick before you go, I would appreciate it.
Do you need anything else?
No, I can't, or I can get to bed on my own with the walker and lift.
Okay, what kind of sandwich do you want?
Tuna fish. We should have some left over from the other day in the fridge.
All right then. I go into the kitchen and get the tuna fish out of the refrigerator. I set it on the counter, but instead of getting the bread, I sit down at the table and lay my head down in my arms. I'm so tired. I feel overwhelmed. Work was busy. Jean isn't doing well again today. Natsuki needs help. And I'm not as young as I used to be. I don't have the strength and energy to do things like I once could. Being worried about Natsuki possibly having breast cancer this past week hasn't helped either. I wish I could unwind with a good book for a while and then go to bed. Maybe I should make myself some tea.
How selfish. A real friend wouldn't think of doing that.
No, I don't have time. I get up and start making Jean his sandwich. I'll bring my tea set and some tea with me when I go to Natsuki's father's home. Even if Natsuki is asleep and her father doesn't want any, it will help me. And I know that while I currently feel overwhelmed, that I won't be alone with helping Natsuki. Jean, of course, will help as much as he is able, and I know Monica, Sayori, and Himari will assist as well.
Natsuki doesn't need you. Any of them could bring your food tonight.
We will all help and support each other when one of us is in need. Just like we always have ever since high school. I guess that is the legacy I will leave behind, as someone who was always there for her friends. Just like they have always been there for me.
Nothing you do matters. Someday no one will remember or care whether you ever existed. Remember how sad and lonely you were before joining the literature club? After Jane and your friends die, you'll be left all alone like that again.
No.
Deny it all you want, but with Jane's injury, Monica's heart, Natsuki's slump, Himari's age, and Sayori's depression, you will almost certainly survive them all. Your mother cared for your grandmother, Natsuki is caring for her father, you care for Jane, who will care for you when you're too old to take care of yourself?
Meredith, Chris, Akiko, Edward, Violet, surely one of them.
You're not family. Look at Meredith. The only time you've seen her since she got married is when she came for Akiko and Edward's wedding, and you didn't really visit then. The same is true for Akiko, Edward, and Chris. They have their own lives that don't include you, or that doesn't include you.
Violet
will do the same thing after she graduates and leaves her college.
No.
You started alone, you will end alone.
No.
Unloved, forgotten.
Go away. Wiping away my tears, I finish making Jean's sandwich and take it out to him.